Welcome to the program. Answers to questions in the Parliament were shorter and more to the point today, and the Gillard Government lost its first vote in the House of Representatives, something it may have to get used to. But the Parliament did back most of the parliamentary reforms brokered by the independents in recent weeks. All sides appeared still to be finding their feet in the House of Representatives today, although Tony Abbott immediately went on the attack in question time, accusing Labor of breaking an election promise. Political editor Heather Hewitt.
Magnificent Canberra day.
All right. It's sunny on the inside here.
Where's Wilson when you want him?
Oh, he's not here anymore, didn't you know?
I wish he was.
I'm delighted to be here in this 43rd Parliament. How are you?
I'm fine.
This is the first day of the real Parliament.
It was a huge build-up and the expectations were high. After the official opening ceremony yesterday, the 43rd Parliament of Australia was about to get down to business.
Oh, thank you very much.
To kick off, the leader of the first minority government in 70 years had a birthday to celebrate and visitors from her beloved Bulldogs footy team to welcome.
Yes, for my birthday I've got a new set of standing orders.
There'd be no happy birthday wishes from her opponent, Tony Abbott. He was gearing up to meet yesterday's pledge to hold the government to account.
When you're in politics, birthdays come and go, but you're expected to do a job, and that's what I'll be expecting of the Prime Minister today, that she will be doing her job of running the country, and I'll be doing my job of holding the government to account.
Questions without notice. Are there any questions?
But when the much-awaited first question time, under the so-called new paradigm, finally began with new parliamentary rules in the House of Representatives, it was something of an anticlimax.
Can the Prime Minister advise the House of the cost of living impact on Australian families of a $40 a tonne carbon price?
We have seized the opportunities that we believe this new Parliament presents to work through in a methodical way to consider all of the options about pricing carbon. Now, I understand that the opposition is going to invite me to engage in a series of rule-in, rule-out games about what will be considered during this process, and I'm not going to do it.
It soon became evident that the tone of question time wasn't going to change much at all. The two major sides would continue to try to score points off each other, with Tony Abbott accusing Julia Gillard of breaking an election promise by now considering a carbon price, and Julia Gillard making this defence of a parliamentary committee to examine the idea.
I've written to the Leader of the Opposition about it, and I ask him to embrace this positive opportunity rather than seek to be a wrecker on this question, which is so important to Australians.
And there'd still be the same old what's known in the game as Dorothy Dixes coming from the government benches. Take this question to Treasurer Wayne Swan.
My question is to the Treasurer. Deputy Prime Minister, what do recent economic outcomes say about Australia's economic outlook and the importance of responsible economic management?
The Treasurer.
I thank the member for Page for her question, because recent economic figures do show yet again that the Australian economy is one of the strongest economies in the developed world. The fundamentals are falling into place. We are moving forward from a position of strength.
What was different was that under the new rules brokered by the independents, questions would now have a time limit of no more than 45 seconds, and ministerial answers could not run longer than 4 minutes. This would be a major challenge for some ministers, as well as those doing the timing. Wayne Swan was the first to go over the deadline, but the Speaker excused him with this explanation.
The Treasurer should not be emboldened by the number of words he got into 4 minutes, because he actually got about 5 and a bit minutes, because we've got training wheels on our new digital.
In fact, all of the MPs, including the newly elected ones, were on something of a learning curve today. The government would no longer be calling the shots at every turn, and the independents would get more of a look in.
Minister, I asked for an update on reforms in regards to the local health network, particularly in New South Wales.
All was on track, the Minister for Health assured him, and of course she would. The Labor minority government owes Rob Oakeshott and fellow independent Tony Windsor its existence. All of this is taking a bit of getting used to for all sides, and maybe that explains the rather flat mood in the House. Everyone is still adjusting to their new roles and the new rules. As well, there was uncertainty about who to direct questions to after Julia Gillard's split up of the education portfolio.
Speaker, and my question is to the Minister for School Education, Early Childhood and Youth.
The honourable member should be aware that the Prime Minister has allocated the administration of building the education revolution to the Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills, Jobs and Workplace Relations, Senator Evans, and that Senator Evans in this chamber is represented by my colleague, the Minister for Regional Australia, Regional Development and Local Government on matters relating to jobs, the BER, which is an economic stimulus measure, and workplace relations. So you've made a mistake by asking the wrong person that question.
The Minister will resume his seat.
The Speaker said Christopher Pyne was wrong and advised him to sit down and be quiet. He duly did so. No one can any longer afford to upset the Speaker and risk being thrown out of the House. After 1 hour and 22 minutes, question time was over, much earlier than usual.
20 questions, 3:22. Good work.
They're all back for more tomorrow, but if today's question time was any guide, it's the votes on the floor of the House on government legislation and private members' bills that look set to provide the greater excitement from here on in.
Political editor Heather Hewitt.